and my narcissism.
Always, Robyn.
Thank you. So before we actually go on to the main topic, I actually have a fun game for us to play.
One of Robyn's many games.
I like making games. I like making games. So over the last week, I collected 3 fan fictions that everyone in the crew has read. Well, Canon Fodder crew. I didn't include them. I have changed all the characters' names. So I'm going to read some of them, and y'all get to guess who you think read it. Now, the fun part is going to be whose face is going to completely give it away. Because they obviously know what fan fiction they read. So let me find a good one. All right, the first one is for Amanda to answer.
Okay.
Can you please shut up for 5 minutes? Did Izzy, Robyn, Tauntaun, or Lauren read this fan fiction?
Sounds like something Tauntaun would read.
You are correct.
Did
Though
I
it's
read
a little bit of a, I'll be honest, this one is actually kind of a trick question because I read it first and sent it to Tauntaun to read. It is a wrestling fan fiction. Zack Sabre Jr. / reader fan fiction.
Yeah, that was something, all right.
So the next one is, let's see, okay. So this is for Lauren.
Okay.
Robyn is determined not to let Lauren ruin her life. Prompt. I'd love to see an explanation of the courtroom scene at Lauren's trial / hearing, whatever, when Robyn defended her to the judge. Did Izzy, Robyn, Amanda, or Tauntaun read this fic?
That seems very complicated, and I feel like it probably has like 80 chapters. So I'm gonna probably go for Amanda.
Izzy read this.
Oh.
It is a crazy ex-girlfriend fan fiction.
Ooh.
Okay.
What pairings?
I don't know the characters' names.
Unprepared.
Unprepared, Robyn.
It was Naomi and someone. I didn't write it down.
Oh, Naomi, that one.
All right, Tauntaun, this is for you to answer.
Oh, God.
Tonight was all about exploring something between the both of them. Did Robyn, Lauren, Amanda, or Izzy read this fic?
Well, it sounds very suggestive, to put it lightly. So it could be anybody. But I'm going to say it has to be Amanda.
Yep.
It is Amanda. It's an Avengers fic. The ship is Thor Tony.
Ah.
Good old Thony.
Okay. So Lauren, this question's for you.
Okay.
Greg's first day at the FBI was also going to be his last. That must be some kind of record, surely. Did Robyn, Tauntaun, or Amanda read this fic?
You know what? I'm gonna go with you, Robyn, because I have no idea. No one said you yet.
It's me. It's a Teen Wolf fan fiction.
Of course.
Oh, it's Styles, right?
Styles
Yeah,
and Derek?
Styles. Yeah, it's Derek. Okay, Amanda, this one is for you. Despite her best sensibility, she is drawn to the new priest at her church. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh God.
Did Tauntaun, Lauren, or Izzy or myself read this?
I think
you read it?
Lauren.
That's something you read.
Yeah.
That's not something I would read, but I feel like that's Lauren at the same time.
I read that.
Robyn read that.
It is a wrestling fan fiction.
Okay, that's what
Oh,
It's Finn Balor.
that's,
Is it wrestling in universe?
No, he's a demon who's pretending to be a
okay.
priest to kill someone.
Oh.
That makes so much.
That makes
so
yeah.
much sense now. Yeah.
That was,
Let's see. So Tauntaun, this is for you.
okay.
Carlisle was in a crisis. Ian was wearing pajamas. Did I read it? Amanda, Izzy, or Lauren?
That sounds kind of fun and quirky. I would have to say Lauren.
It is true.
I
Yes!
don't remember the reading this.
It is a DC Universe, Tim Drake and Connell fic.
Ooh,
That makes sense.
it sounds like something I read.
Amanda, this one's for you. Or Grezard. What's wrong with me then? Greg said. Well, I'm not an expert, Ryan says. But in my opinion, I'd have to guess, well, you're a lizard, Greg. Did Lauren, Izzy, Robyn, or Tauntaun read this fic?
I feel like the face Tauntaun keeps giving me is telling me that Tauntaun read this. No.
Lauren read this. It's a One Direction fan fiction. Larry.
Yeah, definitely. It's also got Little Mix in it. They turn him into a lizard. Yeah, in case you wanted more backstory.
I do. I
I think we
do.
need more backstory for this.
Okay. This next one's for Lauren.
Okay.
Jack and Mark, but mostly the squad, and others in the Star Wars universe AU. Did Robyn, Tauntaun, Amanda, or Izzy read this fic?
Star Wars?
AU.
Oh, Star Wars AU. Oh, that's hard. I'm gonna say Izzy.
Tauntaun. It's a series of EXO fan fictions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to read that.
I know. All right, Amanda, this one's for you. Manhattan was not a place for girls. David killed them all the moment they reached the island shore. Until one day, Sarah arrives in Manhattan, makes a deal with the boy. He will keep her alive so long as she tells him and his squad a new story every night. Did Izzy, Amanda, Tauntaun, or Robyn read this fic?
I'm gonna go with Robyn.
You are correct. It is a Once Upon a Time Darling Pan fanfiction. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, Lauren, this one's for you.
I feel like I'm getting a lot of them.
Well, we had to give Izzy's to someone.
Oh, okay.
So,
Fair.
what happens when the squad works in a 4-man team instead of 2? How will Jeremy handle the stress of being back in time? Did Izzy, Robyn, Amanda, or Tauntaun read this?
I feel like you read that because you were really into the wrestling and they tag team a lot.
That's a really good explanation.
That's wrong,
However,
but
it's
it's-
wrong. This is an Amanda fanfiction. It's Naruto.
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 And you also cut that summary really weird.
That is what was on it on the one you sent me.
That was a really weird cut of that summary.
Okay. I believe you.
All right, Tauntaun, this one's for you. May crash lands the plane on planet Earth. Despite being a good pilot, AU Queequeg is still alive with Smith.
All right.
Did Izzy, Lauren, Robyn, or Amanda read this?
For some reason, I'm getting a feeling that it could be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which goes back to your taste in movies and film and everything like that. So I'm thinking it's you, Robyn.
No, that is Lauren. It is an X-Files Star Wars crossover fic. The pairing is Scully and Ray. And this one's the best part. It's titled Extraterrestrials Are Real and They're Lesbians.
Who can argue with that?
You know
It's
what?
just
Send me
true.
that link. Send me that link.
We have 4. Okay. 4 left. All right, Tauntaun, this one's also for you.
Okay.
The impact psychologically of the closet scene, season 5, on Lisa. Did Lauren, Amanda, Izzy, or Robyn read this?
See, now that's tough. I have to think. What
season goes on for 5 seasons and has a closet scene?
Ed has a. I'm gonna
closet
say not Supernatural. I don't think any of us kept up with Teen Wolf other than you.
It's not even on season 5, though.
Not even season 5. So out of the question. I'm just gonna say Amanda.
Izzy, it's an Orange is the New Black.
The closet. The closet.
Oh yeah, the closet that's in prisons. I guess there's closets in prisons. I don't know why I said that.
The toilet's in prison.
Yeah, that's a thing. All right. Imagine Zach wins. Imagine Laura arrives too late and Billy, wounded alone, is forced to live the rest of his life as a monster. Rupert is carted off to the asylum, and Laura is forced to marry Zach in order to keep her father alive. Now, 15 years later, a small boy happens upon the house again and finds it's not like the stories he heard. Amanda, did Robyn, Izzy, Taun, or Lauren read this fic?
That sounds like a really complicated fic.
Sounds like a Robyn thing.
Yeah.
It does sound like a Robyn thing. I'm gonna go with Robyn.
So this one's also a trick question.
Uh-oh.
Some of y'all did not do a good job in submitting fics that the rest of us haven't read. Izzy submitted it. I sent it to her.
Oh.
Do you see a theme in the ones that were crossed over?
It's
a Beauty and the Beast 2017 AU.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a thing where Robyn likes something and then we all like something now.
Right?
Yeah, because she'll send it out in the chat or something and be like, you all have to read this. And then she bugs us.
Like the fic I sent y'all like last week. Did y'all
Yes.
read that?
No.
Yeah, of course I read it.
That was like the best wrestling fan fiction I have ever read. Like, all wrestling fan fiction should be held to this standard of this fan fiction.
It's about to be the best fan fiction we've all read soon.
All right, so let's go ahead. We've only got 2 cards left, so let's go ahead and just move on to our actual main topic.
Okay.
We're talking about the breakup fan fiction as a trope. Does anyone want to start? I can
So
start.
there's a lot of different types of breakup. I will start.
We'll start.
There's a lot of different types of breakup fics, I think, because you have the ones where they're already broken up and they're getting back together. You have the rom-com-y, they have a huge misunderstanding in the middle of the fic, and then they break up when they're broken up for a long time, and then they finally get back together. And then you have the fics in which,
Where they break up, and it's like the angsty fight, and
it ends right when they break up, and you're like, there's no resolution, they don't get back together, you're just left in a pile of angst, and you cry and go, why?
Me as a writer.
So, the great thing about breakup fics is the angst. Like, I want the drama. I want to sit there with my box of popcorn. Yes, it's a box, not just a bag. It's a box.
In your house?
And the carton of ice cream. Don't forget the carton of ice cream as well.
And cookie dough. And you're just like, oh my God, it's so drama. Like, oh my God. It's great. Like, that's what you want. But in order to get that level of angst that you want, the fight's got to be huge. The reason they break up has to be worth it. So there are 2 ways it either goes. Someone does something that is like deal breaker worthy, like, no, they cannot get together. I don't care if they're my OTP, I will not allow them to get back together. And then you have the one, because ultimately the writers want their pairing back together, right? So they'll go with
Usually.
the second option, which is a misunderstanding.
The rom-com situation.
Yeah,
I can't deal with that. I can't
terrible.
sit there. I get so frustrated about it, even like in movies, just in any situation. If that's your like writing device, plot
Right.
device, I get so mad about
Unless it's comedy.
Yes.
It's great for comedy. Drama, it's the worst. It's the worst.
It's one of those you're like, I want to bash your heads together and be like, sit and talk in this room, and you're not allowed to leave until you've talked and worked everything out. Because clearly you all just need to learn how to communicate.
Yeah.
It's that line of, I can explain, but then you don't let him explain at all. And you're just like, oh.
Just no, I've made up my mind. We're done.
Oh, like the entire plot of Civil War.
Yeah.
Civil War is a breakup
keeps you-
fic.
It's
really
the
is.
Avengers breakup fic.
It is.
Yeah.
But it keeps you so mad that you want to finish reading. You're like, I just need to like get rid of this horrible, horrible, angry feeling I have.
Oh yeah.
But then on the other side, when you have the really big deal breaker, and then they get them back together, and you're just
Oh,
like,
Oh, they
no.
always
no.
get back together, mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, because what are the major deal breakers? Like cheating, just like irrevocable differences where they just don't work. I'm always a fan of it just fell apart over time, or like they,
Someone fell into a coma. Like,
or
Certain
like
flower
they
pot,
just
yeah.
they were high school sweethearts, and then it's like 10 years later
They grew apart.
they grew
And
apart,
they're
and now
fine.
they're back together. I like those. You know what is very similar to that?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
No, no, no,
Kenny
no,
Omega
no,
and
no.
Hotel Gucci.
Robyn, no.
no more.
There was a
Nope,
video
nope.
that was released,
We know.
Did you release it?
and Kenny's being carried after the finals.
You were listening to the group chat, we know.
Okay.
I was also going to add that hurt comfort is a trope within this, genre trope itself. I will read it if there is comfort at the end, if there's like closure.
Yeah.
If you just go into it just for the sake of the angst, I can't get into it. I can't
Yeah,
do it
I mean,
myself.
everything has to have
Yeah.
some kind of resolution. You can't just wallow in emotions forever.
Right.
Although, I have a few of those fics that are just the hurt, no comfort.
And hurt, no comfort.
That's the tag. It's
Start
hurt,
tagging
no
that, guys.
comfort.
Start tagging that.
Hurt, no
It's
comfort.
a thing on AO3, and
Of
so
course it is.
I'm like, sometimes I'm in that mood where like I just want the angst. I don't want to have the comfort at the end. I don't want to have the fluff at the end.
You
half the
just
time.
want the preemptive breakup playlist.
Love yourself, Amanda. I want the no hurt comfort ones.
Okay, yeah.
Fluff without plot.
What's that plot?
Yeah.
FWP.
Yes.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's all we have to say about breakup fics.
Yeah.
They're
Really?
fun
Yeah.
sometimes.
They're fun.
Unless they're used as like a weird
Plot device.
well, like they're like endorsing like abusive behaviors.
Oh,
or,
Oh yeah,
you
that's
know,
the
like,
worst.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, this guy cheated on you and was an asshole, and like,
But
But he loves
really
you.
love,
but he
so
loves you.
get
Yeah,
back together.
He like apologized or whatever. So it's
Or whatever.
Yeah, and like it's completely understandable because one of the things that I notice a lot is why they use the misunderstanding a lot is because no one wants to admit that people have flaws in their fics. Like they don't want their characters to feel like humans. Like
they want
people.
characters to be perfect.
Yeah, because a lot of it is idealized fantasy. Like most times when you're reading fan fiction, there's always one character that you know the author is identifying with. They put themselves as that, and so when they have their love interest, they're obviously they're projecting their romantic desires onto this love interest, and so they don't want to admit that said love interest has flaws and can mess up, and so they tend to go either with something that's super super dramatic, or they stick with the misunderstanding because
they're still a good person. They haven't made the mistakes.
Perfect, and he's not gonna ever make a mistake because he's perfect.
I think for me, from the perspective as a reader, it hurts the most when it's most fleshed out and realistic, meaning that the whole falling apart thing, that's so real, because sometimes the thing that brings you together is that thing that breaks you apart, or you just don't share that anymore, and you slowly fall apart, and as a reader, you're just like how are they going to get back together? Yes.
But that's something that's definitely like a more mature writing, I guess, like mature thing to do in your writing. And so you have a lot of like younger writers or new writers, and so they have to kind of go either like one extreme completely, like it wasn't anything really at all, it was just a misunderstanding, or the completely like opposite, it was something horrible,
right?
Because I need to think of something that would be worthy of them breaking up, and now I have to resolve it in a way that doesn't make them both look like terrible people.
Yeah,
do it for the kudos.
Yeah,
for the kudos.
Yep.
But yeah,
so that's our thoughts on the trope.
I hope if y'all have any thoughts about the breakup trope, you can tweet us at Raw Literature. We'll have the social media at the end of the show, or you can just let us know what you think about tropes, breakup tropes, get back together tropes, hurt, comfort.
Hurt, no
No
comfort.
hurt.
No hurt.
No hurt, no comfort.
It's just a fic.
Just
Just a fit.
let us know if there are other topics you want to discuss. Let us know too. But let's
Our favorite part of the evening.
Say it, Robyn.
let's move into the top 10 list.
Yes.
I just want to say they chose this topic. I had no say in this. I don't even know what's on this list. It's been a complete surprise for me.
It's a gift, Robyn.
It's a gift for you, Robyn, for your birthday.
I have been warned that on a scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 6 or a 7 on the embarrassing scale.
Yeah.
I think we could have done worse. I
We
think
could
we
have done much
definitely spared you in a lot of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thanks. I'm so glad you spared me.
Yeah, instead of Comedy Central roasting, we kind of just went the other opposite direction.
A light toast.
A light toast, yeah. It's a little toasted.
A little
Okay.
warm, yeah.
Okay, well, then let's move into the the 10 things list.